안녕하세요, kimincoree 박Kimi입니다. Hi, this is Kimi Park from kimincoree, and today we are reviewing this book by Jim in Korean. This is a real-life Korean conversation for beginners. It is described as a speaking type of book. Let's see how this book is constructed, shall we? You have 40 different conversations. Let's take one in the middle. You have first a presentation page. This is dialogue number 14. It takes place in a cosmetic store and it's a 영수증 여기 있습니다. Here is your receipt. On the second page, start with a simple two-line dialogue first. The first thing that you notice is that there's an illustration of the context and you see the one character, the 손님, the customer, saying 토너하고 로션 추천해주세요. Please recommend a toner and a lotion. And then the 점원 replies, 네, 피부가 정성이에요, 건성이에요. Okay, do you have oily or dry skin? Then you can turn the page and you have the vocabulary list of this conversation. So you have 토너하고 로션 추천하다, 내 피부 지선 건성. Then you have verb plus 알려주세요, which means please do this verb. A가 B이에요, 예요. So is A, B, etc. Then here under, you have a little cultural tip. You will see a multitude of cosmetic stores while walking down the streets in Korea. Most stores have good quality and affordable products. In addition to cosmetic stores, there are also drugstores. Drugstores carry affordable cosmetics and skincare products from Korea as well as other countries, such as Japan, France, or Germany. If you are looking to purchase more luxury or high-end brand of cosmetic or skincare product, visit a department store. Then on the fourth page, you have now challenge yourself with a longer dialogue. So you have a similar dialogue, but it's much longer and it has the English translation directly under. Then on the next page, you have once again a vocabulary list for all of these new words. Then you have grammar points and exercise. And it shows you two grammar points explained extremely briefly with two little examples to practice. So here you have verb plus 여 보세요, which means try to do the verb. Or you have verb plus 여 들을까요? Shall I verb for you? Shall I do this for you? This is in 존댓말 in polite Korean. And if you turn the page, you have pronunciation points and exercise. And here again, it explains two pronunciation rules. Here it gives an example with one of the verbs from the previous vocabulary list that you have here, 존립하다, to accumulate. Here it explains that literally it's written 적립, but it's written 적립. And you have two of these rules here. And then it comes to the last page where you have the long dialogue once again, but without the English translation. And the goal here is to test yourself, read the dialogue again, and see if you can understand everything without the translation. And just here at the bottom, you have the answer key for the exercises of this given chapter. And then you already move on to the next dialogue, and it pretty much repeats itself until the end. So there you go for the brief presentation. Then let me tell you what I think about it, starting with the good. So personally, I think that this book is very well constructed. The opening page with the illustration and the two-line dialogue allows one to already get a sense of what this conversation is going to be about without feeling overwhelmed, because let's remember that this is a book for beginners. All the conversations are really relevant to real life. If we look shortly at the table of content, you have a good idea of what these dialogues are talking about. You have self-introduction, exchanging number, how are you, plans, dinner, wedding, coming home, waking up, marketplace, clothing store, shoe store, electronic store, furniture store, cosmetic store, that's the one we are seeing in this video today, bookstore, blind date, movie date, park, confessing, as in declaring your love for someone, rejection, ooh, that's when it doesn't go well, overtime work, meetings, work schedule, getting a job, company dinner, class, exam, restaurant, coffee shop, friend's house, cooking, ordering delivery, pharmacy, hospital, not feeling well, taxi, bus, subway, airplane, bicycle. The vocabulary list is well done. It pretty much contains all the words from the dialogues. It has under each word the romanization. The romanization is only available for the vocabulary list. But as I always say, if you are serious about learning Korean, just skip romanization, even if you're a beginner. Learn your Hangul. Be uncomfortable with it until you become comfortable with it. It's gonna be okay, we all went through this. And although this book is technically for speaking, the fact that you are seeing all of this new vocabulary in context within the dialogue really helps with the memorization. And because it's dialogue, it's actually more engaging than just text, because these are sentences that you could actually use or hear in your daily life. I think that the chapter lengths are pretty good. You could easily have as a goal to do one chapter / one dialogue per study session. And another thing that's very important is that you have a free audio available for this book. You always have the track number at the top of the page. And to get the audio for free, you can just download the app called TTMIK Audio, and you end up with the audio for your book. And on the contrary of what I had criticized in a lot of the other Talk to Me in Korean books, this time they have separated one chapter's audio into several files, and I love that because it allows you to have one audio for the two-line conversation, one audio for the first vocabulary list, one audio for the longer dialogue, one for the long vocabulary list, one for all the sentences in the grammar points and exercises, knowing that when they are reading the exercises, they are already reading the correct answers, so don't listen to it before doing the exercise. And the final track is for reading all of the example word in the pronunciation page. And they read the word out loud like so.
토너, 토너, 로션, 로션, 추천하다, 추천하다.
So here is a long dialogue.
토너하고 로션 추천해 주세요.
네, 피부가 지성이에요, 건성이에요?
건성이에요.
그럼 이거 써보세요. 촉촉한 로션이에요.
고맙습니다. 이거 3개 주세요.
But depending on your level, you can also put the audio faster or slower. There are 6 tracks per chapter. Okay, now let's discuss what I like less about this book. My main critic would be that it says that it teaches you 80 grammar points, but really, the 2 grammar points that you have per chapter are more of a reminder of this given grammar point because it's not really explained. You basically have the translation, an example, and 2 sentences to practice. So there's no in-depth explanation about it. If it's the first time that you encounter this grammar point, you better research it further to understand it. Yeah, so I find that it's a little bit of a false advertising here. As well, on a few occasions, the dialogue contains grammar points that are not explained in the book. The one big weakness of this book is a lack of explanation in the grammar points. But if you consider this book more complementary to the grammar point explained in the podcast, in a Talk to Me in Korean podcast, for example, then you'll be fine. It's kind of more like a reminder. And it's a bit of a detail, but the book is 640 grams, so it's a little bit on the heavier side, which means that the sending fee will be more expensive, which is never a great idea. However, there is an audiobook version of this one book. So overall, I think it is a really good book to learn new vocabulary in context, in spoken, daily, useful conversations. The book itself is $24, the ebook is $18. I would place the level at mid-beginner. Yes, there is romanization in the vocabulary list. There is an audio, and my rating would be 5 stars because I think this book is a fantastic way of encountering vocabulary and grammar in daily use. So yeah, I would highly, highly recommend. And I also really like that there are illustrations. And my favorite illustration is actually at the back of the book, where you have the 2 little goyangi, the 2 little kitties. And that's it for my review today. If this video was useful, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. I wish you a lovely day.